Okay, welcome to another episode of Wayne's World Garage. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, thumbs up, blah, blah, blah. Pass this on to your friends. We want to get lots of people subscribing and all that good stuff. But anyway, today, Paul and I are putting up a couple of the headers onto the pavilion project, or the equipment storage building. These headers are heavy. They're solid white oak. It's real oak. White oak is a Maryland tree, and they're 2 inches thick, really 2 inches, not 1.5, by 12 inches, 12 foot long. Dragging these off the sawmill a couple weeks ago was hard because it was just wet wood. But how are we going to get them up top? Because the headers have to go up about 9 feet in the air to be secured to the posts. So this is a video of how we got it done. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, now how are we going to put these headers up? I think that's what they call them. These big pieces of 2x12, which weigh 1,000 pounds each. Maybe not that much. So sort of the same way we lifted the other things up. And this is Paula's brilliant idea. We put the angle iron right down there and put a 2x4 on it to counterbalance it. And at the bottom of the 2x4, we've got this big piece of wood. And it seems to be pretty good. I don't know. So the next step is, let's see if it works. That's the side I cut with a right angle. So that's gonna go right where you are, Paul, okay? So stand by. Okay, well here we are, moving this header around. It's 2x12, it's white oak, it's real 2 inches, it's not 1.5, and it's 12 foot long, and it's 12 inches high. It's kind of heavy. Look carefully though, as this thing's moving. You can tell this board's got a little bit of a cup to it, which sadly I didn't figure out until we put it up. So we're gonna take it down and cut it, put a string line on it, and make it a little bit better. But anyway, here we are. This is working pretty good with the tractor. It gets up high enough, as you can see, but it's a little bit tricky because just getting the depth perception to put this onto the post is difficult. And, you know, it's a tractor. It's not meant for precision work like this. So it takes 2 or 3 shots, but after a couple of shots, we get this thing up here and we're good to go. And that's a good thing.
You're good, but up. Good. A little forward. You're perfect on this side, but that side's way off.
So I think, Paul, boy, that look good already, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now I take the hammer, push it over, and I was going to strap it down, but I don't think I need to strap it down. I just got to get it centered.
Let me get you the
Let me get the ladder.
Okay,
I need a big hammer. I can't see if it's moving, so you'll have to tell me it's moving. Come over here.
Yes, tiny bit. It's inching. needs to go a little more. Yep. Okay, stop. You're very close to halfway. Stop.
That looks pretty good. So next time I should mark
halfway.
Yes, exactly. A little bit more.
Oh.
That's it. It's not even 4 inches. It looks it though, doesn't it? Check this out.
Good.
Here we go more. We're at 4 1/8 and 3 1/4. It just is. Oh, so it's deceptive because when I cut this, I didn't cut it perfectly straight here. That's what the issue is, Paul, with the saw. So I'm gonna do better at that. Am I moving it still?
Yes. A lot.
Of course, not ruining. Not ever going to get them out. I don't know. I don't know if it matters.
Did they go through?
That's Get another screw. This may need the hammer here. I don't know. Well, this is why we bolted down, though. You know. At least it's not going anyplace. You know.
No.
Thanks. Most important, don't let it drop on your head.
Don't let it drop on my machine.
Okay, so we've got one of these 2x12s up. They're 12 foot long. They are a real 2 inches and they're real 12 inches, and it's white oak. So these are well over 100 and some odd pounds each because the wood's not terribly dry. So they're hard to move around, but with this lollipop idea, it seems to be working swimmingly well, and it keeps them vertical. And you can see I put the angle iron onto my forks, and now we can lift them up pretty high, at least get them onto these 8x8 posts that we put up, and it seems to be working. And you can see what we're doing here. We're working in the shade because it's still 90 degrees outside, 90% humidity. It's hot. So when we're in the sun, it's miserable. So we're trying to work every morning a little bit, get up there as early as we can, but as soon as the sun starts hitting this stuff, we're out of there. And then we come back later in the evening.
careful. Look out.
Let's get the ladder over there real quick.
Yeah, because that side needs to
Yeah,
be
no,
tapped.
that's not on 100%. I got it.
Watch your head now going over.
So, reason this side looks nicer. So I wanted the side that looked better to be on the out. You know what I mean?
Oh.
To be out here.
So you're leaning up against the
I know.
board.
Think about this a second. Help spread this. Come here. Pull the ladder out. Now it's got to come towards you more. See what she looks like. It's not going to do anything right now. I just got to figure this out. Just stand by. How close? How tight am I down your end?
You have a little gap,
A little gap. Okay.
a bigger gap at the bottom than at the top.
Yeah. Well, that might be because of the way I cut the board. That first board,
Right.
I think. Okay. So let me try and tap it a little bit.
Do you want? Unfortunately, you're on the rough edge.
No.
You know what?
Is it moving?
Yes, it is.
Hopefully not more than another.
Stop.
Think I'm there?
No, you're not there, but this one's starting to come out.
Okay. Well, I need to make it so it's there.
Okay, then keep whacking. You've got space only on a quarter of an inch.
Hopefully not too much more.
A little bit.
I'm just swinging a hammer.
There's not enough room. There you go. A little more.
Okay, how much more, Paul? Because it's not. I can't do it anymore.
Okay,
How much more?
quarter of an inch.
Is it just so the bottom? Let me just see what we got here. You sure we're not hitting on the top?
I can see a gap.
Okay. But there's no gap at the top.
There is a gap at the top.
Okay.
You just give it a few whacks.
You're not going to move it, but go ahead. No, Paul, don't. The ladder's not stable. No, don't waste your time. What's that?
Yeah.
Shit! Okay. It's not gonna work. Okay. Alright, let me fix this, okay? That's why we leave the tractor up until we get it screwed in, you know?
Absolutely. So, if you just, let me talk it out loud. If you lift it and bring it this way.
Not gonna happen, it's not that much. I don't have enough.
Well, now you have an inch.
Okay.
Well, not perfect, but it's very close.
I can't hit it. It's not moving because there's no gap up down your end.
Well, there's gap now, but a little gap. And now you've pulled it onto that.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, so what do you want to do? You want to hit it some more? I mean, hitting it up there is really hard to do.
I know.
I don't have the strength. Why is it so fucked up here? I assume it's because this one side when I cut it, there's still a gap.
But look at, you have it sitting up there nicely.
Give me the... How are you going to do it? Is it moving?
No.
All right, give me the red clamp, one of the red clamps. Maybe I can pull it in, you know? This is clearly... Oops. You think it's moving in? It's got to do something.